Welcome back in the next video, in which we are going to study about the reaction of acid and bases with metals. The next topic, which is concerned with the reaction of acids and bases with metals. You know, metals are those elements which have tendency to lose electrons and form positive ions. Metals have reactivities greater than that of the hydrogen. So when metals are treated with dilute acids, acids like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, etc., or even organic acids like acetic acid, formic acid, oxalic acid, and so many acids are there. So when metals are allowed to react with the dilute acids, acids may be of two types, means mineral acids and organic acids. Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acids are commonly known as mineral acids or even the bench acids. And the acids present in the natural substances like citrus fruits and other such substances are called organic acids. These organic acids are also obtained in a pure form and can be treated with the given substances as we perform various experiments in the laboratory. So, what is the effect of acids and bases on the metals? Metals are reducing agents, reducing in nature. What do we mean by reducing nature? Means metals have tendency to lose electrons from the atoms of their outermost orbit and form positive ions. We know that hydrogen is a non-metal, but hydrogen also can form positive ions by losing only one electron which is present in the first orbit of the atom. So after losing the electron, hydrogen may get converted into H plus ions, means protons. But the reducing nature of hydrogen may be greater than or equal to the reducing nature of various metals. Those metals which are more reducing, which have more powerful tendency to lose electrons as compared to hydrogen, when treated with dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, they release hydrogen gas from the reaction medium. Why? In dilute solutions of acids, the acid molecules get ionized into H plus ion and the acid radicals, just like when we use HCl, hydrochloric acid, the molecules of HCl get ionized as H plus and Cl minus ions. H plus and Cl minus ions. In the same way, when sulfuric acid is added with water, it gets diluted, and dilute sulfuric acid contains H plus ions and SO4 2 minus ion means sulfate ions, means sulfuric acid gets ionized to provide H plus and SO4 minus. The ionization of such mineral acids can be represented by the following equations. Let us try to understand this. See here, HCl, aqueous, it gets ionized, ionization, H plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. In the same way, H2SO4, H2SO4 aqueous, it gets ionized to give H2H plus aqueous plus SO4 2 minus aqueous. HNO3 aqueous, H plus aqueous plus NO3 minus aqueous. These are mineral acids. In the same way, if we have CH3COOH aqueous means acetic acid, it gets ionized to give CH3COO minus aqueous plus H plus aqueous. What is the difference between the ionization of mineral acids and the weak acids like acetic acid? Mineral acids get ionized completely. Mineral acids get ionized completely. How? So, HCl, if we take certain number of molecules, all the molecules get ionized as H plus and Cl minus ions. In the same way, whatever be the molecules present in the given sample, the entire molecules added to the aqueous medium get ionized. So, strong acids get ionized completely during dilution or addition to the aqueous medium, means water. But weak acids do not ionize completely, they ionize partially, and there exists an equilibrium between the dissociated and undissociated molecules in case of weak acids like acetic acid, formic acid, oxalic acid and so on. So, during the treatment of such dilute acids with metals, those metals which have their reducing power, means electron releasing tendency more than the hydrogen element, they reduce H plus ions furnished by the acids in the aqueous medium by neutralizing them. Means H plus ion get neutralized to form hydrogen atom, but hydrogen atom itself is unstable. So, two hydrogen atoms combine together to form hydrogen molecule, and in the same way the hydrogen molecules when get associated, they get evolved in the form of hydrogen gas. So when metals are treated with dilute acids, what happens? Hydrogen gas is evolved and the corresponding salts are also formed. Let us see here what happens when metals react with dilute acids. The common or the general reaction of acid and with metals is metals plus acid, salts plus hydrogen gas. Means when metal is treated with dilute acids like dilute sulfuric acids, dilute hydrochloric acid, then the corresponding salts like sodium, suppose that sodium metal is taken here and hydrochloric acid is treated with this, we will get sodium chloride and hydrogen gas is evolved, just like Na plus HCl, 2HCl. What happens? 2NaCl, 2Na solid plus dilute hydrochloric acid, 2NaCl aqueous plus H2 hydrogen gas. In the same way, magnesium plus 2HCl, magnesium chloride MgCl2 aqueous plus H2. In the same way, zinc solid plus 2HCl, zinc ZnCl2 aqueous plus H2 gas. In the same way, when we use dilute hydrochloric acid, what happens? When we get dilute hydrochloric acid, we have obtained the corresponding salts, that is chlorides of metals. But if we use dilute sulfuric acid, we will get corresponding salts, that is sulfates of the metals. See here, suppose zinc granules are treated with dilute sulfuric acid H2SO4 aqueous, we will get ZnSO4 aqueous plus H2 hydrogen gas. Zinc, similarly aluminium plus H2SO4 aqueous. See here, product will be Al2SO4 whole thrice aqueous plus 2H2O, 2H2 or 3H2, Al2SO4 or 3H2SO4. So 2Al plus 3H2SO4, Al2SO4 whole thrice plus 3H2. So in all these reactions, we have obtained the salts of the metal, and in all these reactions hydrogen gas is evolved. So this is a common reaction of metals with dilute acids. But dilute nitric acid has some different features as compared to dilute hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Why? Nitric acid is a a strong oxidizing agent. So when such acids are treated with metals like sodium, aluminum, zinc and so on, they do not release hydrogen gas, because the hydrogen appeared during the reaction get oxidized to form water. So hydrogen gas is not obtained in this case. However, few metals like magnesium and manganese can release hydrogen gas with dilute nitric acid. Another reaction which is very common, and how can we detect the hydrogen gas is evolved during the reaction? In order to detect the presence of hydrogen gas evolved during the reaction, we can perform a very important activity. For this, let us take few zinc granules in a test tube, boiling tube, and add few drops of 2 to 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in it. Mouth of the test tube is plugged with a cork fitted with delivery tube bent at 3 different positions. First one is at 90 degree, second is 120 degree, and third one is 60 degree. Now, the other end of the delivery tube, is poured into, dipped into the aqueous soap solution taken in a tub. The test tube is fitted with a stand clamp. As the reaction proceeds, hydrogen gas is evolved. A gas is evolved, initially we can say a gas is evolved which passes through the delivery tube, and when it passes out of the soap solution, a small bubbles are formed or generated. The bubbles generated, soap bubble rises up in the air, and as they rises up, their size gets increased. When a lighted candle or burning a stick is brought near the soap bubbles, the bubble bursts with a pop sound, giving golden yellow flame. So the pop sound of the soap bubbles after giving golden yellow flame is one of the test or confirmatory test of a hydrogen gas. Confirmatory test of a hydrogen gas. So by performing this activity or this experiment, we are now able to say that the gas evolved during the reaction of metals with dilute acids is nothing but the hydrogen gas. Now let us try to understand the reaction of metals with alkalis, or even there are so many metals. First of all, we say that so many metals which when treated with dilute acids do not give hydrogen gas, just like the metals like copper, silver, gold, platinum, or even mercury. These metals do not give hydrogen gas with dilute acids. You may ask, why it has happened so? It is because these metals have low reducing power or reducing property as compared to hydrogen. Means hydrogen is more susceptible to give electrons from their atoms as compared to these atoms of these metals like gold, platinum, copper and mercury. So when such metals are treated with dilute acids like dilute sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, they do not give hydrogen gas. There may be another reactions of such acids in concentrated form. For example, when copper turnings are treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, we get sulfur dioxide gas in place of hydrogen gas and copper sulfate is formed. So this is another reaction which is not performed in dilute conditions. Now, treatment of metals with bases. Generally, metals do not react with bases, but there are few metals which have property to react with bases, like a strong bases NaOH, means sodium hydroxide. These may be zinc, aluminum, tin or lead. When zinc metal is treated with concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide, what happens? Hydrogen gas is evolved with the formation of a compound known as sodium zincate. Sodium zincate. Let us try to understand. The reaction is as given. Sodium NaOH, sodium hydroxide, Zn plus sodium hydroxide conc, we get 2 NaOH here, Na2 ZnO2 plus H2 gas, sodium zincate. Sodium zincate. In the same way, when aluminum is treated with concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide, concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide, we get a compound sodium meta-aluminate and hydrogen gas is evolved. So, whether sodium zincate or sodium meta-aluminate, these are the chemicals compounds formed by the treatment of such metals with a strong alkalis like sodium hydroxide. So, a metal which can react with acids as well as bases, means alkalis, are known as amphoteric metals, or the elements which can react with acids as well as bases are called amphoteric elements. So, zinc, aluminum, lead, tin are such metals which can react with acids as well as bases and are the examples of What? That is amphoteric metals. Now, let us try to understand the reaction of acids and bases, or reaction of acids with metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. Metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. Next article is related to the reaction of metal carbonates and bicarbonates with acids. Metal carbonates means the common acid radicals in the metal carbonates are CO3 2 minus, and in metal hydrogen carbonate the acid radical is HCO3 minus. When such metal carbonates or hydrogen carbonates are treated with dilute acids like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, etc., they form metal salts corresponding to the acids with the evolution of a gas which is nothing but the carbon dioxide gas. Means when metal carbonates are treated with dilute acids like dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, they form their salts and carbon dioxide gas is evolved or released. For example, when calcium carbonate CaCO3, calcium carbonate solid, is treated with dilute hydrochloric acid, aqueous means dilute, we get CaCl2 aqueous plus CO2 plus H2O. Means when calcium carbonate, which is commonly found in lime, stone, marble and other such materials, cells of the various animals also. So this calcium carbonate when treated with dilute hydrochloric acid, it forms a salt calcium chloride and carbon dioxide gas is released or evolved along with the formation of molecule of water. In the same way, when the calcium carbonate is treated with CaCO3 plus 2 plus H2SO4, H2SO4 aqueous or dilute, we get CaSO4 aqueous, CaSO4 aqueous plus CO2 plus H2O. Means when calcium carbonate is treated with sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, we get calcium sulfate aqueous plus carbon dioxide gas plus H2O. So not only the calcium carbonate but any metal carbonate when reacts with dilute mineral acids, they give carbon dioxide gas with the formation of corresponding metal salts, just like chlorides with hydrochloric acid, sulfate with sulfuric acid, nitrate with nitric acid and so on. Now, how do we detect the evolution of a gas which is actually carbon dioxide? So, what is the conformity test of the carbon dioxide gas? Very simple test of the carbon dioxide. When the gas evolved during this reaction is passed into the lime water. What is lime water? When quick lime is mixed with large amount of water, then the aqueous layer or the watery layer of the solution when poured out is a colorless solution in which some of the calcium hydrogen carbonate gets dissolved, means calcium hydroxide, not calcium hydroxide is present there. So when calcium hydroxide is there, it is a basic solution. So lime water is a basic solution which contains calcium hydroxide as a chemical constituent, chemical substance, which is nothing but alkali. When carbon dioxide, which is an acidic gas, when carbon dioxide is passed into lime water, which was initially colorless, this lime water gets turned milky. This lime water gets turned milky. Why the color gets turned milky? It is due to the precipitation of water insoluble substance calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Carbon dioxide when combines with calcium hydroxide gets changed into calcium carbonate, which is water insoluble. That is why fine particles of calcium carbonate get suspended throughout the solution, and that is why its color gets changed colorless to milky. This is one of the confirmatory test of carbon dioxide. So by turning the color of lime water milky, we will have the information that the gas evolved during this reaction between the dilute acids and carbonates is nothing but carbon dioxide. Now let us come to understand or study the reaction of metal hydrogen carbonate, means bicarbonate. Metal hydrogen carbonate is also known as metal bicarbonate, just like sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, calcium hydrogen carbonate, CaHCO3 whole 2, and so on. So such hydrogen carbonates also release carbon dioxide when treated with dilute acids. Let us see here. NaHCO3, so 2 NaHCO3 plus or NaHCO3 plus HCl, C dilute HCl. What happens? NaCl aqueous plus CO2 plus H2O. Means when sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate is treated with dilute hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride is formed along with the evolution of carbon dioxide gas. In the same way, when calcium bicarbonate means CaHCO3 whole 2 plus H2SO4, say here H2SO4 dilute, we will get CaSO4 aqueous plus 2CO2 plus 2H2O, 2CO2 plus 2H2O plus 2H2O. So this is the reaction of metal hydrogen carbonates with dilute acids. Now let us come to understand what will happen when acids and bases are allowed to react with each other. This is also known as acid-base neutralization reaction. Acid reacts with bases. Acid reacts with bases to form salt and water. Means acid plus base. Acid plus base. Acid plus base, salt plus water. When acid reacts with base, we get salt and water. It is also known as neutralization reaction. What do we mean by acid-base neutralization reaction? Why it is called neutralization reaction? It is because the acidic effect of an acid is neutralized by the basic effect of a base. Acidic effect gets neutralized by basic effect, and that is why both acids and bases neutralize each other's effect. Means their effect gets nullified. Acidic effect is nullified by base, or basic effect is nullified by acid. That is why the product obtained by acid-base reaction is neutral. So now we have seen earlier that acids have the characteristics of furnishing H plus ions in dilute solution, and bases have tendency to lose OH minus ion, means hydroxide ions, in the aqueous solution after ionization. So the ionization of acid give hydrogen ions, and ionization of base or bases give hydroxide ions. So when acids and bases are allowed to react with each other, the H plus ions furnished by acids get neutralized by OH minus ions given by base or the alkali, and form water, which is a neutral substance. So acid-base neutralization is nothing but the neutralization of hydrogen ions with hydroxide ions to form water molecule. So when acids react with bases, they form salt and water. Salt is also neutral because neutralization product, because during the ionization of acid, hydrogen ions as well as the cations are generated. In the same way, during the ionization of alkali or the base, hydroxide ions are generated along with the anions. So when the cations of the metal combined with the anions of the non-metallic part of the acid or the non-metallic part of the base, what happens? A salt is generated. So we can simply say that when acid reacts with base, salt and water are formed. Let us try to understand by giving suitable examples, like when HCl, means dilute hydrochloric acid, reacts with NaOH, aqueous, what happens? Sodium chloride, NaCl, aqueous plus H2O. means sodium chloride and H2O are formed. Sodium chloride is a salt of sodium and chloride. Sodium here as cations and chloride as anions. In the same way, when H2SO4 means dilute sulfuric acid is treated with aqueous solution of a strong alkali NaOH aqueous, we will have Na2SO4 aqueous plus 2H2O, means sodium sulfate and water are formed. So when acid reacts with bases or vice versa, they form salt and water. So in general we can say that acid plus base equal to salt plus water. Now finally let us come to understand the reaction of acids with metal oxides. Metal oxides are basic in nature. Metal oxides are basic in nature. When metal oxides are treated with dilute acids like dilute hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and even the nitric acid, we get salt and water here too. So salt and water are formed. What happens here? Suppose that sodium oxide Na2O or sodium hydroxide NaOH, which is base, and when the metal oxides, if we take Na2O, MgO, ZnO, CaO, these oxides are also base. So when the oxides of metals are treated with dilute acids, we get salt and water. So metal oxides plus acid, salt plus water. Metal oxides plus acid, we get salt plus water. Metal oxide plus acid, salt plus water. For example, MgO solid, when it is treated with HCl dilute, we will get MgCl2 aqueous plus H2O. MgCl2 plus H2O. In the same way, ZnO solid plus H2SO4. The acid may be dilute acid HCl or H2SO4. We get ZnSO4 aqueous plus H2O. So from these chemical reactions we come to the conclusion that metal oxides react with dilute acids to form corresponding salts and water. So these are the various chemical reactions of acids and bases with metal, their carbonates, bicarbonates and oxides. We will discuss other properties of acids and bases in the next video.